Welcome to my factoring part 1 video. Factoring is going to be a continuation of what we started yesterday, where we were undoing binomial multiplication with our box diagrams. So there's two words I want to talk about, and those words are factoring and factor. Factoring is the act of undoing binomial multiplication. I like saying the act of undoing binomial multiplication because factoring is doing something. You're going to make the problem look different when you're factoring. A factor, on the other hand, is part of what you get when you do factoring. A factor is something that can be multiplied to get a polynomial. So if you haven't already, you want to pause this video right now and write down these definitions. These are important definitions. I'm going to be using these words a lot. You need to know what they mean. So here's an example. If I have the polynomial x squared plus 2x plus 1, I can use factoring to change it to x plus 1 times x plus 1. So I used factoring here. And then x plus 1 is a factor. And the other x plus 1 is also a factor. So this is just some info on some words I'm going to use to describe the process of factoring. Now I'm going to move on and actually tell you how to start factoring some polynomials. So I want to review. Yesterday we saw a bunch of problems like this, and we used the box diagram to undo the binomial multiplication by putting this polynomial into the box diagram and then writing down on the outside what would have to multiply to get what was on the inside. That's great. You're probably saying to yourself, okay, I can undo binomial multiplication because I can do this step. The problem comes is that most of the time we combine these like terms and we don't know how to split them up. And that's what we're going to learn right now, is how to split up the x terms so we have two of them instead of one. Let me show you what I mean. This is the same polynomial that we had on the last page, except for I added 2x and 1x together in order to get 3x. If I want to factor this polynomial, I'm going to need to do what's called a diamond problem. So I make a diamond, and I'm going to divide it up into 4 parts. In the top part, I'm going to put the 2, or the number without a variable. In the bottom, I'm going to put the 3. That's the coefficient of x, but not x squared. In the sides, I want to figure out what adds to 3 and multiplies to 2. So it's like a puzzle. What two numbers can I write in these empty boxes that will multiply to 2 and add to 3? So I think about what multiplies to 2. Well, the only way I know how to multiply to 2 is 2 times 1. And look, 2 plus 1 is equal to 3. So that means 2 and 1 must go in these side boxes. That means I'm going to split up 3x into 2x and 1x. So I'll draw an arrow down here. X squared plus 2x plus 1x plus 2. From here, you can undo the binomial multiplication using your box diagram. Want to do some diamond problem practice? Please write both of these polynomials and a diamond down into your notes. I'd like you to pause the video now and try these diamond problems. Again, pause the video now, write these problems down in your notes, and try them for yourself. Right, I've started filling in the diamond with 12 and 7 and 16 and 8. If you got stuck at this point and you weren't sure what to put in those first two boxes, I've put them in for you. I want you to pause the video, try to figure out what goes in the side boxes. So we're trying to figure out what multiplies to 12 and adds to 7. So I'm going to think about what multiplies to 12. Well, there's 12 and 1, because 12 times 1 is 7. 12 times 1 is 12. But 12 plus 1 is 13, so that's not going to work. 12 is also 6 times 2. 6 plus 2 is 8, so that's not going to work either. 12 is 3 times 4. And look, 3 plus 4 equals 7. So that's going to work. My numbers on the side will be 3 and 4. Let's try 16. Let's see here, 1 and 16. But 1 plus 16 is 17. We can try 4 times 4. 4 plus 4 is equal to 8. Oh, that works. So we have 4 and 4. So I can rewrite my first polynomial as x squared plus 3x plus 4x plus 12. And I can rewrite the second polynomial as x squared plus 4x plus 4x plus 8. I hope this introduction to factoring helps. Please continue on to the next video, factoring part 2, where I'm actually going to go through an entire sample problem